Yeah, I bet you do. If you guys want a chance to win one of these Leonidas Sparta's hats, I will be doing a giveaway at 300 subscribers. We are getting very close to 200 subscribers, which I thank you for very much. So yeah, there are only 2 of these in existence, and if you guys want a chance to win, please subscribe, and I will try and pick a random subscriber to win one of these. It will probably be easier for you guys to win it if you do happen to live in Canada, as that is where I live now. Unfortunately, I'm sorry if you don't. It's not impossible for you to get it, but I'd like to pay as little shipping as possible, and of course shipping to my own country is a lot easier. Anyway, getting that out of the way. Woo! Let's get on with the video. So what you guys see here is my entire collection so far of Spartan armour. So what I'm going to do is basically go through the first ones that I've got, roughly how old I was, if I can remember all of them when I got them, and you guys have hopefully seen, possibly not, but hopefully seen my Aspis update so far. And for those of you that don't know, an Aspis is a Hoplite shield, and I am in the middle of making one, and as you can see I have got the inside pretty much done, leather coated, got all of its metal in, the outside still needs some work doing, which I'm hoping to do some this weekend. But yeah, so without further ado, let's go on to everything and show you all of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that this may encourage you guys to look into ancient Greece more, as I also know that lots of people have just subscribed also from school and stuff, so welcome if you guys are new, thank you guys for joining in. So yeah, the first helmet and the first thing that I got was this Frank Miller 300 Leonidas helmet. I got this, I believe, when I was 9. It was my 9th birthday, so I just turned 9. So it's quite a nice helmet. It's not my favourite at all. Obviously it is quite old now too. So here's a close-up of it. Obviously it's not historically accurate. It has a horsehair crest here. The only thing I don't really like about it is it has these rather strange sort of dimples, I suppose you could call it. It's still quite a nice helmet though. Then I got the bronze muscle cuirass. I will not take this off as it is a pain to put back on. But as you can see, it is a bronze muscle cuirass. Not exactly historically accurate. This would have been used roughly. See, the Lunathorax came in around 400 BC, 500 BC ish. So this would still have been used then. Possibly, I would say probably around 7th century was probably when this saw its most use, around 6th, 7th century BC, or BCE, sorry. Then I got this bad boy. This is a late Corinthian helmet. You can tell it's a late Corinthian helmet because it has open ear slits. As when I get onto this helmet, you will see that it only has slits for the ears, and that means that it's an early Corinthian helmet. And basically what that means is the reason that the later Corinthian helmet had the opened ear is that was around when the Greco-Persian wars were happening, and overall, because before it was very simple, it was a phalanx versus a phalanx, you all knew what to do, whereas when they started to fight non-Greeks, because back then Greece was not one united country, they liked to fight each other quite often. So they had to open up the ear to make it easier to hear, basically. I also painted this face black. I think it looks quite nice. I decided to do that because some of them had it black and I sort of wanted a bit different. Again, just frontwards black crest is quite nice. It does fit quite well. I got this, I believe I got this for my 10th birthday, roughly like around Also got the muscle cuirass around my 10th birthday. Now, this is where it starts to get, I can't exactly remember what I got then. I think I then got the greaves. I could be wrong, I could have got the sword, but I believe it's the greaves. Or I actually think I got the greaves and the sword for my 11th birthday. Must have been something around there. Anyway, these are quite nice. They aren't quite historically accurate as they do use straps to be done up, whereas the real ones would have just curved around your leg, but they're quite nice. They are getting a bit small now. Actually, very small. That will have to go up there now. Anyway, they're still really nice leg guards. These would have been used all the time if you could afford it, because basically a hoplite, it's not like a modern military now where you join the military and you would just be assigned your armour or uniform or whatever. Basically a hoplite, it was done by their wealth. So if you wanted leg greaves, you'd have to pay for them. If you wanted a cuirass, you had to pay for it. The aspis or hoplon, aspis is the correct term, but you could pay for that to be coated in bronze, or the cheaper version in leather. So it's all done by how much you could pay for. So then I got the coppice! So this is a coppice. It's a Greek cutting sword. Mine's quite rusty now and dirty because me and my friends playing around with it. Is a very efficient chopper. It's quite big, as you can see. It is sharpened, so I don't exactly want to cut myself on it. It's a really unique blade. Some of you may know it as Falcata, which is just a different type of coppice. So mine has a horse head hilt, has engravings, and basically you'll see that it's like frontward leafed. That is so on the shields and exposed limbs. Basically, if your arm is here, this thing would come down, and it's so heavily lifted, it would just lop something off. I believe I got this roughly, I think roughly around the age of 11, but I can't exactly remember, or 12. Then I got the early Corinthian helmet. You may also see that this is a sideways crest, rather. This doesn't mean it's a general's helmet. That is a common misconception, is that if you had a sideways crest you are a general or a king or a leader, whatever, captain. That is not true. The reason for this is because, as I mentioned earlier, the hoplite would pay for what they had, meaning that you didn't necessarily have to have a crest, you didn't necessarily have to have a frontwards crest, and you didn't necessarily have to have a sideways crest, so you could just decide which one you wanted. It really didn't matter. Here's a close-up of this one. It's very nice. The only thing that I don't like about all of my helmets, actually, is they have like, where you see like this, like, bevel-y type edges, they actually have, on real ones, bits that would come out to about there. These don't have it. Another thing is where I was mentioning about the open ear. This is what the early Corinthian helmet would look like, is it is just a slit. So then I got one of my favourite pieces of armour I own, the Leonothorax. So the Leonothorax is a linen and leather body armour. You may think that that's actually not that effective, and why would it take over from the muscle cuirass? Well, basically, this is incredibly good at stopping arrow fire and light cuts of a sword. And the aspis covers you from neck to knee, so you don't really need spear protection or anything. The Leonothorax is a lot easier to move in, it does not hurt, or it's probably about half the weight of this. It's a really nice body armour. It has a neck piece that comes up to stop any blows from the back. And just to show you how hard this is, I will give it a good smack for you. But yeah, so you can see it is actually made of hardened linen. So it is actually a very effective body armour. It's stiffened and glued. So then I got my favourite weapon, the dory, which is a spear, and you'll see that it is double-ended. It has the Saruta and the Acme, or this is also sometimes known as a lizard sticker. Basically, you can't really hold your spear in the middle because the counterweight is heavier than the front. So what this was used as is also as a secondary weapon, sure, in case your front gets cut off, but it's actually so that in a phalanx you can hold your spear further back than forward. So if you're, actually I can demonstrate with my aspis here. So you have the aspis. Now this isn't full size yet because I still need to attach the rim, and you're in a phalanx position like that. You can get a far greater reach if you hold it further back, as opposed to obviously if you hold it in the middle. You can only reach to about there. And this also, some people said that they would hold it an underhand under the shield, underhand here. Some people said it's an overhand. I personally find the overhand more comfortable to stab with, but I don't have as much force with the overhand, which I find quite interesting. But so that's what mainly the back end for, was actually just a counterweight to stop you from reaching too close, if you get what I mean. Like easier way to put it. It's there to make you reach further. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just my Panoply so far. Panoply is basically the suit with armour. This thing's quite heavy. So I hope you guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and if you guys want a chance to win that amazing hat, which is gorgeous. Take number 2. If you guys want a chance to win that amazing hat, which is absolutely gorgeous, please subscribe. Yeah, I greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys like my armour so far. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you later.